All right, boys. Well, so I made a video about me getting some shit stolen. Like, it was probably like, all in all, it was probably like 2,500 bucks in copper, maybe 3,000 in copper. So that's, you gotta think I gotta buy that twice. So that's if it was 2,500 bucks in copper, and I gotta buy that again, that's a $5,000 hit. Well, I guess now it's only 2,500 bucks because I had to buy it anyway. So yeah, it's only one time loss. So it's like 2,500, 3,000 bucks. I was probably I probably got hit the electricians and the other plumbers, I think, got hit harder than me because they got all their job boxes stolen. I didn't leave any tools or anything in those. And I do have some ideas about that. To me, a Connex isn't really a great option because, like, what happened in Frisco was a professional hit. Like, these guys do this shit all the time. Like, there was a lot of them. There was a lot of them. They had to be doing something. Like, they had to, like, this is organized, so like a Connex ain't shit to these guys either, like it's not, like I said in the other video, my father-in-law said they had just mega issues with Connexes getting fucking robbed, where they had to get 24-hour security on this job site to keep the fucking site from getting robbed every week. So my solution is I want to buy all my guys vans, which I have plans on getting a third vehicle for the company, which that's all that's all I've gotten so far. I'm not like fucking killing it, right? So like that one, I've got the money coming in for it. The check's already been issued. Like, I'm about to buy Derek, one of my top guys, a fucking van and get him a full pack out setup and the whole shit. And I want to buy another van for another crew. And I want to basically get to where any job I got going on that's got a lot of copper going in it, we're just going to buy a lot of couplings. We're going to keep that fucking copper in the fucking van. You know what I mean? And like, so like we'll pull it up to the job site for the day. Whenever we leave, we fucking take it with us. And it's gonna be safer at our fucking homes locked up with fucking puck locks and, than it is on these fucking job sites. I'll tell you that. So I think that's the issue. But like, to do that, you gotta, that's part of the pain of scaling, and this is something I've learned as I've been doing this, is like, if you want to hold what you got and stay where you are, you can make, like, that's what I've found in this, is like, you can make a lot of cash, right? Because that's all the different phases I've taken in my business, it's been like, okay, I made a good chunk of money, and I could either, like, enrich myself and say, fuck yeah, look at all these profits, or I could turn those profits into, other shit to make me more money. And that's what I've kind of chose to do the whole time, is to reinvest into the company. And that is what scaling is you're, like, if you want to double your revenue in a year, you're going to, like, get a 50% cut on your fucking profit margin, right? So, like, if you're doing $1 million a year at 20% and you wanted the next year go to $2 million a year, well, you're going to go to $2 million a year at 10%. So you're basically going to make the same amount of money to double, because you're going to roll all that extra money into more equipment, more marketing, more staff, more, HR bullshit, more compliance expenses, so as you scale, a lot of your money goes to that. So it does turn into a, like, do you want to hold what you got and just, like, ride this shit out? And, like, if you want to, like, acquire all your assets and build that infrastructure for your business and get, like, all those, equipment, materials, and, expenses paid off, where you now have them as assets, if you hold what you got, you can make a lot of fucking money. But, to me, if you're not growing, you're dying. And that's, I don't know, it just, to me, it turns into, what's the point of it if I'm not really interested in just staying in one place. I want to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm looking at, I want to bring in mechanical. I got some good ideas for that. I kind of want to hire a boss. Like I'm getting good at the office stuff, and, like, I'm fucking baller at price and work. Like, I have, like, I don't know, I've just got it down. Like, I am so good at price and work, it's fucking stupid. I can do it fast and, like, a really good price. Like, I can give, like, competitive prices that are still more expensive than other people, but, like, like, good price for a good plumber. You can get those prices fucking quick now. But I kind of want to hire I'm, like, really on the verge of, like looking at finding someone who I can get to do all my office shit and, like, kind of be a decision maker behind the scenes, where I can be doing all the most vital shit in the field. Not necessarily the work, but, like, take off a lot of this fucking shit off my plate and, like, kind of be a manager and let me be, like, the top guy out there again. I don't know. It's I don't know, I feel like I always talk about it being a struggle nowadays. Which it is a struggle, like, but at the same time, you know, I'm making plenty of money. Like, money's not an issue for me. Like, it's time is an issue for me. And like, I think I'm turning into like a fucking procrastinator kind of like guy. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of half-assing a lot of shit still because like I'm so like overwhelmed with how many things I need to do. I don't think I'm like really like fully in on almost anything that I'm doing work-wise. Like, I feel like I'm like constantly like fucking half-assing it, or not half-assing it, but like whatever I'm doing, I'm thinking about 10 other things at the same time. And so like I really got to get to where I can focus on one thing at a time, you know. But the main point of this video is talk about, you know, scaling that business, and just to understand that like you can't grow and make the same amount of money like off your business. You're going to have to sacrifice profit to grow. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no other way to do it. You can't be like, well, I'll just be lean and I'll, you know, you'd almost have to, at least in my industry, you'd almost have to exploit your employees, because I do believe that I should buy all the tools. You know, I want to take care of my guys really well. Like that matters to me. And like, if I can't pay my guys like top dollar and take care of my guys and treat them like humans and make sure they have good quality of life, I don't want to fucking do this shit. Even though I work those sons of bitches nights and weekends like a motherfucker. But yeah, well, scaling a business is stressful, but it's worth it. It's rewarding. All my guys are making bank, and as far as they know, like, you know, like everything's great, which it is. I mean, you know, I think if you would have showed me like my bank statements that I get now, like not even a year ago, you know, like say this time a year ago, I was still working for my, you know, Meek Mechanical, awesome company. I was still working for those cats, and you know, me starting this company was like a bit of a pipe dream still. It was like I was talking about it. And if you'd have showed me these bank statements, I'd have been like, oh, bitch, bullshit, no way, you know? I'd have thought, no fucking way is that going to be the case. So as stressful as it is, I do want to try to get that perspective. Like, another example is there was a guy that was worked for the city of Dallas doing something, and he went off and started his own company. And the first year he started his company, he did $700K in revenue. And I was like, no fucking way. I remember thinking like that was insane to me, man. Like, I knew it's not like he made $700K, but I was like, for his business to go do $700K, I was like, dude, that's like more than $10K a week right out the gate. Like, how are you going to get that much work to do more than 10,000 revenue a week right out the gate? And I thought it was insane. And like, I've already passed 1 million, and I'm not even a year in. And so like, I do want to keep that perspective of, even though it's difficult to scale, like, this is cool as fuck, you know. And I'm doing neat shit that like, fuck, I wouldn't have thought, because this is it, boys. Like, it's me. There's no one above me. There's no one getting me these deals. Like, the fact that I'm able to get these cool fucking jobs that are big, you know, even though I'm getting shit stolen, I'm having to learn along the way, boys, I guess, is the, you know. So part of scaling is also part of like the, I guess, like the ignorance tax, since I'm like a dumbass, like I'm seeming to make, at this point I'm blaming myself for the theft, is what I'm saying. Like, if I seem to be making the same mistake, you know, at this point I'm the common denominator. Fuck, you know, I'm the dipshit that's like leaving the fucking candy out there to be took. So, but that's part of the fucking shit of scaling too. It's not just like the expense of gaining assets and, you know, staff and resources to take on more work, is also the fuck ups from ownership, you know, that eat into the money. But thank God I'm still able to give guys bonuses and pay them good and shit. So let's just keep that perspective. Cheers, mate.